All right, let's go to the big screen. We review any new releases this week. Olympus Has Fallen is the only one we're going to talk about. Scotty, what is it about?
All right, pretty, as I said last week, cookie-cutter story here. But Gerard Butler plays Mike Banning. He's a Secret Service agent who's also friends with the President of the United States. Must be nice. Mm-hmm. Played by Aaron Eckhart.
Great name.
Yeah, Aaron.
That's a great name.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Shut up, will you?
Keep doing this every fucking time that name comes up.
I'm sorry. It's a
Is this
great
what I
name.
should expect?
Anyway, he's on a protection mission at the beginning of the film, and it goes awry. Banning finds himself disgraced, even though I don't think what he did deserves to be he deserves to be shunned or anything. But anyway, fast forward 18 months, and we now find those pesky North Koreans are at it again. This time, rather than attacking the strategic Pacific Northwest, they decide to attack the heart of the United States and hold the White House hostage, which is as ridiculous as it sounds.
The North Koreans are fucking amazing.
They're studying something, but anyway, despite being off duty, Banning finds himself in the midst of a firefight and eventually the only American left in the building who isn't being held hostage. He's in contact with the U.S. government and is the country's last hope against falling apart from the seams. Now, to me, this was a cheesy blend of some of the best parts of Die Hard, Air Force One, and Taken 2, and I mean that in a good way. Mm-hmm. But
Taken 2, not Taken to the streets, not Taken 1.
Taken 2. But Aaron, you saw it as well. What did you think of the story?
I think it's Die Hard in the White House, really. And I think Brian called it. Brian, you should get a job in Hollywood, because this should have been the fucking Die Hard movie. This totally should have been the Die Hard movie. No deep story, nothing ridiculous. I mean, the whole story is ridiculous. How he gets into the White House, fucking ridiculous. The fact that the army takes so long to get there, ridiculous. But I still thought it was a fun story. I really did. And once he's in there and he's taking them down, and they're down in the bunker, and some of the elements that come into play that you imagine would come into play in this actual environment, I thought were handled actually pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Once he got in there.
Yeah, once he got in.
The ridiculousness of how that White House gets taken down and then how he gets in there is a little, come on.
I think you have to suspend belief just, to look at that.
Right.
I mean, for that to happen, it's going to take a ridiculous amount of convenient circumstances, I guess is the word I would use.
Now, why does it take the Army 15 minutes to get to the White House?
Dude, they're far away. They don't just stay there on the front lawn.
Are you sure?
Yeah, apparently.
Traffic's a bitch.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good story. It was serviceable, is what I would call it.
That's a good way to put
it.
Get
it? Secret serviceable.
Secret serviceable. Now the acting, there were some pretty high-profile actors in there. Obviously, Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart, we already mentioned. Morgan Freeman shows up to play the Secretary of State, who winds up assuming the role of president.
Morgan Freeman shows up to play Morgan Freeman.
Pretty much. I was actually surprised by the performance of Dylan McDermott. I've never seen him play anything but morose, I think, in everything I've seen.
But he's a little lively in this one?
A little bit. He was, because I've seen him come out of his shell a little bit, he surprised me. What did you think of the acting?
I don't think he didn't really surprise me. I mean, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, and I think he's actually pretty decent. Mm-hmm. Aaron Eckhart, I know he's in all the commercials, but he's hardly in the movie, and when he is there, he's usually tied up, or he's doing not in a good way, ladies. He's usually just doing his "I'm the president," but it's not the Harrison Ford and Air Force One president. I mean, he's tied up. He's not really kicking anybody's ass. Melissa Leo, who plays the Secretary of State, I think it was. She's the lady that's down there with him. Mm-hmm. She's fantastic. She did a great job. She's the one that impressed me the most. But Gerard Butler, old crooked lip, he shines through, man. He's done some silly shit lately, doing those romantic comedies where he's just not that charming, and I just can't get over his crooked lip. He's back to business, foul mouth, vicious as fuck. He out Bruce Willis as Bruce Willis.
He had some of the best one-liners in a movie I've seen in a while.
He did. They made this to be the new Die Hard, and kicked ass. What'd you think of the production? Like, that's really what this movie's about.
Yeah, I mean, there's no complaints about the direction per se. I mean, the action was very easy to see as opposed to a lot of movies where you have these way too up-close hand-to-hand combat things and you can't see what's going on. The only thing that I really wish is I wish there were a big more set-piece moments. There were some at the very beginning with the planes and the Washington Monument and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you could weave that into the story, honestly, because once you get in, it's most everything kind of takes place inside. So I can't really complain about it because I don't know how they could possibly do that. But
I think Antoine Fuqua does a great job. Honestly, surprised the fuck out of me when I went and saw it. I wasn't expecting much. I've seen a few of his movies. Training Day. What was What was the one that he did with Bruce Willis? Tears of the Sun. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called? He's a great action director. The movie does start off with a lot of set pieces setting up the White House. But once he's in there, it's supposed to be a claustrophobic kind of die-hardish movie, and I think it does great. It's like little one-on-one encounters. Mm-hmm. He manages to take out about 45 North Koreans all by himself in a house that I don't even it's the White House. I don't think it's a fucking Mall of America, but he seems to find a lot of room to run around. Yeah. But it's just one of those movies that you're going to end up watching on TNT every time it shows up in 2 years. Very, very bloody. I mean, the action really feels like he's fucking somebody up. It's not like a PG-13 movie. I mean, it's rated hard R. Mm-hmm. And it's not that quick-cut Michael Bay shit. I actually understood what the hell's going on the whole time. Liked it.
Outside of some of the special effects, this is pretty much exactly what I wanted from this movie. Mm-hmm. But again, that's not really a fault of the film. You can't do that when it's supposed to be a claustrophobic movie, like you said. It's a ridiculous story to sit back, enjoy the ride, with a bucket of popcorn. It's nothing that's going to win Oscars or anything like that, but it was just a good ride. I was originally going to give it about a $6 out of $10, but I bumped it to $7 for some of the best one-liners. Seriously, I was repeating them walking out of the theater with my buddy I was seeing it with. So
I'll tell you what, most fun action movie I've seen in a while. Start to finish, I had a blast. If $10 is the full price of admission, I give it $8.
Nice.
I had a fun time.
Mm-hmm.